what was best for me? Who knew what we had become? A monster inside of us. We had it coming along for a while now. We had fire burn to start, but emotions put it out. Just waiting for something to spark again. I keep asking myself how it's happened, and now I'm asking, how will I go on? Now I'm asking, without you. Wow. Start then return to ashes, taken by the wind, gone forever. I wish I could go back and turn the table when we were younger. I wish I could change you. We fell out, we were the stars with no light, with snow in July, with the earth with no light. I keep asking myself how's it happening. Now I'm asking, how will I go on? Now I'm asking, all that.
Alright, everyone, it is go time. Time to actually make chai. Thank you so much, Rupinderjeet, for subscribing. Hello, everyone in the chat. Wait, who's talking? Who's talking? Double voice, double voice. Hello to everybody in the chat. Mohammed Shahid. Nice to see you here. Aditya, Hunar, Webhav. You are ending February on a high. I know, right? Akash, you're literally making it on the go. Yo, I got my patila here. Congratulations! Yay! Chai time! First time! If you're new here, say first time. I'm gonna try to switch between this camera and my iPhone camera because the iPhone camera has a better angle. So let's see if it works. Much better. You're not ending February on a high, you're ending in a chai. Yes. We're gonna make chai. Oh, thank you, Shashank. We're gonna make chai. I already put water and it is boiling in my pot. I already put cardamom and cloves and fennel seeds and ginger. So the spices are brewing. Meanwhile, I'll talk to you and also put some milk. How many of you have never made chai? And how many of you drink chai every morning? See, this is what happens with the iPhone camera. It just goes in and out randomly. I also have something special that I can't show it on camera. Chai on the go every day. Every day. Meanwhile, I'll put the music up. Yes, it's celebration time. I got work. Okay, see ya. Hello.
Doesn't matter what you gotta say to me, she's out of sight. But that's right. Doesn't matter what you gotta say to me, she's out of sight. But that's right. I'm in love with a red-headed girl, and you know that she rules my world. No matter what you gotta say to me, she's out of sight. But that's right. Doesn't matter what you gotta say to me, she's out of sight. But that's right. I'm in love with a red-headed girl, and you know that she rules my world. Half a million since the other day. What was I supposed to say? I'd be right, on my feet, chase it all. You're so sweet, I'm in love with a red-headed girl, and you know.
Thank you so much, Anas. Congratulations very much. Congratulations to you too for being a part of this community and helping me get there. Couldn't have gotten here without your support. We will celebrate live on 10K as well. And 10K is going to be even bigger. It's morning there and here it's night for you. So should I say good night or good morning? Both.
With a red-headed girl.
the follow, Gonzi. Or is it Gons Wine? We also have a ticker of everybody who's following up at the top. So I hope you can see your name when you follow. And at the bottom is the free React interview guide that I was talking about. I was up until 4 a.m. to put together this guide. It is here, it's for free. Go ahead and download this. All you need to do is open this URL bit.ly/free React book, and you will get it in your email. And this is a free interview guide that oh shit, almost spilled.
And I have noticed once again a perfect pendulum repeating on and on. But I only have these hands, more than which my strength is leaving, lost and without one to find me. Where you walk, we were without names. And when he spoke in different languages, the way
The chai is almost ready. Can you smell it? Danish, how's it going? 1 cent request for React book. Okay, awesome. Done. Sent request for React book. You're gonna get it in your email automatically, Anas. There's literally nothing else you need to do. Okay, my chai is almost ready.
We're sinking into places where most light can't reach. And I'll wait for him to walk away. I'll search and seek my reflection once again. When we awoke, we were without names. We spoke in different languages. It's been a long week, and I'm a little on edge. I think I need to call my friends. Somebody come save me. It's 5:01, and we can drink the night away. Pour a little bourbon for me and my friends, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. When the night is over at 6 a.m., I'll roll on home with a smile on my face. It felt like a good night to get a little crazy. Let it all out and howl at the moon. My head is ringing like they're playing hell's bells, and I can
Look at this beautiful day with this beautiful sunshine. Such a rare thing in Seattle. I hope you all can hear me well. Please let me know if the music is too loud. We're gonna sit down and now we're gonna chat and drink our chai together. And I'm drinking this in my favorite cooler. It is from Senso. I don't know what that is, but my favorite cooler for drinking chai. And my doggy wants to come out. Hold on. Alrighty. Jack, so good to see you here. Jack, do you recognize this? And lighting is amazing. I know, right? Thank you. What a beautiful day. Watch out, Pepper. Pepper is also here. You guys want to say hello to Pepper? Pepper, say hi. Oh, she's camera shy.
She's like, not me. I just want to be with you.
I'm sleepy. Aw. Okay, so there's a question about which band. I actually don't know. This is Streamlabs free music, so. Oh, actually, I do know. It's called Kentucky Gasoline. I don't know the name of the band though. Alrighty, time to answer questions. Heat in my face. Alright, let's see. Okay, before I answer questions, I wanna give formal announcement of the free React interview book. It's available, it's here, it's free. Go ahead and download that. The link is here. It's scrolling. Wait, it's scrolling like this. go ahead and download that. It's completely free. It is an interview guide that I put together for specifically for coding questions, and it also talks about some things like where to find other coding questions. I've given the top 5 interview questions that people have asked me, companies have asked me, but it also talks about where you can find React interview questions. Typically, React interview questions are different from the ones that you'll find on LeetCode, since those are more like data structures and algorithms, and React interviews are different. So in this guide, I put together all of the resources that I use for my React interviews, and I hope you'll find it useful. There's also links to how to look for a job and how to network with people. So I hope you find this useful. If you do, let me know. I also need to add a lot more pages to this interview guide, but I wanted to send it over to you guys as soon as possible. And if you're interested in the solutions, I will be putting them up as YouTube videos on my channel. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. But now let me see your questions. I saw a question here from Mohammed Shahid, which I'm going to pick up as the first one. Do you recommend contributing to open source or building personal projects to get noticed? To get noticed, I think if you are contributing to an open source project, you definitely are exposed to a lot more people in the community, in the industry, just by the means of being in the open source community. So it's a lot easier to get noticed versus building your personal project. However, not all open source projects will give you the skills that you are looking to learn. So there's that part as well. For example, if you're looking to learn, or let's say that you're applying for a job and they're specifically looking for like somebody who's done React state management in a really big app, and your open source contributions are on, let's say, Brave browser, and you don't have that experience. So in that case, you do have open source experience, but it's not relevant in this case. So what works best is a good mix of both. Open source contribution definitely helps a lot in getting you noticed. Also, it is a big plus when you put that in your resume. Open source contributions are huge, but sometimes the skill is not exactly what the companies are looking for, and therefore to fill in those gaps, you also need to and must build your personal projects as well. And you have the freedom of choosing what personal project you want to build, because you can target exactly what you want to learn and what you want to showcase. Yay, party is actually happening. Chai party. Got the React booked. Awesome. Yay. Thank you, Prakash, for the congratulations. Alrighty, I'm gonna see if questions are actually submitted through YouTube, because I have never done Q&A and I don't really know how that works. I'm gonna move it on to YouTube. And if you're watching this live, I would love to know what time is it where you are. Hello, cutie ma'am. Or is it kutti ma'am? Okay, I don't see the questions in here. I only see what it says, submit your questions. How do I see questions in YouTube? Did anybody try to submit a question? What time is it there? It is 10:53 a.m. here. If you submitted a question through YouTube, let me know, because I'm not seeing the questions. I hope I don't have to like end the Q&A to see the questions. You have submitted many questions. Okay, because I don't see any questions. So I'm going to end this and see if I can see any questions. Confirm. Okay, you guys, I don't see any questions. This is so weird. Alright, let me Google that up. How to see YouTube Q&A. I hope the noise in my background is not too loud. The chat section was to display the questions asked by your doing multiple access. Huh, interesting. It says there should be a tab. Oh, shoot. Wait, there should be a. Oh my god, shoot. Uh, I mistakenly ended Q&A and so I cannot see Q questions anymore. My apologies, folks. If you don't mind submitting your questions again. Okay, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna see the chat as well, in case I'm missing anything. Oh, and there might be questions on Twitter as well. How about we do this? If you have a question, please hop into YouTube so you can ask your question there, so I can have one place where I can manage all the questions. All right, I'm gonna see the first question that popped up here, which is what key areas from Muhammad Aslam? What key areas should a fresher focus on to excel in a front end role? So in front end role, a lot of the companies are looking for React skills. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, definitely that should be on the top of your list. I think there is no getting around that. But after you've mastered those fundamentals, the next thing that I would look for is React skills and learning React just by itself before adding other libraries. And then in the interview guide, which is actually linked here, I talk about like what the interviewer is looking for and broad categories of what they want. So like state management, API management, data management on the client side, caching, a lot of those things are covered by the interview guide, so that will help you as well, Mohammed Aslam. But in addition to that, once you build a project, taking that project from like just an idea phase, adding React to it, building it, deploying it, but also adding caching to it. Once you build a project yourself, you will go through all of those phases, and that will help you a lot in understanding where are your gaps. For example, adding authentication, adding client-side validation, adding server-side validation, adding a form. Form is like one of the most common things. So I would say first thing you should do is focus on fundamentals. Once you've done that, focus on a library, which is React. I would pick that. And then third, build a project. Once you build a project, you already start to adopt these like skills that you're missing, and I think that will be a good path forward. No, even I forget what question submitted. Oh shit. Thanks for answering my question, Shruti. No problem. It's 12:23 a.m. IST. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can see questions in YouTube. I can see questions. Yes, awesome. Okay, I also see Prakash's testing questions. So thank you, Prakash. Okay, so if you want to ask your question, please go ahead and submit that on the Q&A section of YouTube. This is where I'll be looking at questions. So much easier to look at questions here. Okay, so the next question is testing question. No, I'm kidding. Ma'am, please make video on how we can optimize React app and how we can explain it to interviewer. Also, how we can explain project to interviewer. Ooh, I love this question. This is the third time that somebody is requesting this topic. So definitely gonna pick this question up very soon. I have another video coming out next week, which is gonna be on React interviews. And I hope you'll find it useful. It kind of builds upon what I'm talking about in the interview guide, but it builds on top of that. So I hope you'll find it useful. But after that, I'm going to make a detailed video on performance optimizations, and I'll try to like break it down into 2 to 3 videos so it's easier to digest and talk about like different places where you can optimize. Meanwhile, I'll also look at chat. Oh, video on context API versus use context. Okay, I actually had that video already written out, so I'll make that. That'll be the third video that I make. Maybe I should post a series of all the videos that are gonna come out. Oh, there's another question here by Shashank. Is it a bad practice to use local state management in a component when, or local state in a component when global state is there? I would say it depends on what you're trying to do. For example, let's say that there is a carousel component that handles like which slide is on, and that carousel component, if you have been joining my live streams, you would remember that we've been doing, yesterday we built this carousel ish, and so if it rotates, it should keep track of which slide is on. So it's like a count, it's like a index of the slide, and then as you rotate, you should also know how many slides there are. So we built this property management app, sort of, actually property app, search app, through which you can look for a property by just typing English language. So this entire property app does have a global state management. Now the question is, and your question to that is, should we put which slide it is in that global state management? And one of the principles of programming is that if a component handles logic, that logic should stay as close to it as possible. And if a component's logic is not shared by any other component, that logic should stay within that component. So building upon that, the state of that component, of the carousel component, because that slide, nobody else needs to take care of that, nobody else needs to worry about which slide is on when a carousel is showing, that state needs to stay within that local state of the carousel component, slideshow component, carousel component. So it's not a bad practice, but again, it depends on what is your use case. I've submitted a question on YouTube, so are you taking from there or should I post in chat? Taking questions from Q&A, so on YouTube. Do you have a TopMate account? I do, but it's very inactive. I think I haven't even added my profile picture. If you want to book one-on-one time with me, it's also in the link, the bit.ly link, free React book link. So it'll take you to the my Stan page where you can also book one-on-one time with me if that's what you're looking for. But if there is something else that you have in mind, let me know. I've added one-on-one time as just like resume review, but you can use that time for mentorship as well, whatever you need that time for. So feel free to book it if you want. Okay, next question. I'm gonna take a quick look at the chat as well. You got it. Okay, before we move forward, I want to remind everybody, there's almost like 100 people here. I want to remind everybody what this live stream is, what we're doing, and community guidelines, okay? First of all, if you're new here, welcome everyone. My name is Shruti Kapoor. I am doing a 3000 celebration live stream here where I'm taking questions from you through YouTube in the Q&A section of YouTube, and I'm answering those questions as I'm seeing them. We are also drinking chai together and having chat, as in chat, but also chat. So if you have a question for me, it could be React, it could be career, it could be burnout, it could be, I don't know, anything. You can leave that in the chat. Leave that in the YouTube Q&A section, which is on YouTube. And okay, the next part that I want to talk about is community guidelines. This is a respectful and safe space for everybody, including everybody in the chat. So any form of bullying or harassment will not be tolerated. you will be put in timeout, or worse, banned from the YouTube channel completely. Um, Please be mindful of that whenever you post a message in the chat. And if you see anybody not following community guidelines, please speak up. Make sure that we all adhere to that community guideline. This is a safe space, and I want to make it and keep it a safe space for everyone. There are no stupid questions, so you are allowed to ask me anything. I may not take that question if I find it inappropriate, but there are no stupid questions. Actually, there would not be any inappropriate questions because it's a safe space. So you would not ask me inappropriate questions. Will you release a book today? I did. It's in the ticker here. So go ahead and grab that. bit.ly/free React book. It's free. You just sign up with your email and you get it in your email as well. I was awake. Actually, you know what? I haven't slept all night. So last night I was streaming until like 12 o'clock, and then I was writing the book until 4 a.m. And I could not fall asleep. 4 or 4:30, something like that. And I could not fall asleep, and here we are making chai. And it took me like 1 hour to put this face on. Let me also go back and check messages if I missed anything. Also, if you're joining me for the very first time, please tell me first timer. Hi, Kun Shukla. Also, please don't spam messages. I'm trying to get to them as fast as I can. Uday, good night. We'll see you soon, hopefully. What tools or strategies help you stay productive as a developer? Productive as a developer. I think one of the biggest things that I use to stay productive is a journal. And I have two journals actually. Three journals actually. One is for my work, which is where I log all of my like to-do items for the work, anything that needs to get done, any accomplishments, anything that needs to move over. It's kind of my engineering book. I wouldn't say engineering book, but more like my Slack book. That's my Slack workbook. Then I have a bullet journal that is kind of like my headquarter of life. I put everything in there. If an event is happening, it goes in my bullet journal. I'm saying bullet journal, but you can use any journal. Any form of journaling works. Basically, you just write down like what event is coming up. For example, I'm going to a dinner today, it's in my journal. Tomorrow I'm meeting a friend, it's in my journal. Day after I'm meeting a friend, it's in my journal. If it's not in my journal, I will likely forget because I have severe ADHD. So for me to stay productive and for me to remember even to do certain things, it's important that they go in my journal. So that is number one tool that is very important for me. And I put everything. I put my goals in the beginning of the year. I put my tasks. I put my planner for the month, my weekly planner, my daily planner. I put my goals for the month, for the week. I put the tasks that need to get done. Like for example, if Amazon needs to get returned, I put that. If groceries need to be bought, I put that. So I put everything in there. And that's honestly my biggest secret behind staying productive. The second thing, like I said, is because I have ADHD, it's very hard for me to stay focused. And so one of the biggest things that has helped me is Pomodoro technique, and I talk about it all the time on podcasts as well. But basically, what Pomodoro is that it is a technique in which you work for a certain amount of time and then you take a break, and then you work for another same amount of time, take another break, and so on. So I do typically 3 hours of deep work with 25 minutes intervals of working. So I'll work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and so and then I do that for 3 hours. And to 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock is my like sacred time. That is my deep work time. I don't schedule any meetings or try to not schedule any meetings during that time, because that is the time when I get my actual work done, my coding work done. Like a lot of people are productive in the morning, a lot of people are productive late in the night. So for you to figure for you, it is also important to figure out what time works well for you. um, I think those are the biggest productivity hacks or tools, I would say, that I have adopted. And one thing that I do want to point out is for goal setting and for achieving goals. I think for me, one of the biggest things is that, like I said, ADHD. So motivation is really high, and so you want to like get things done and you want to do a lot of things. But then when motivation goes low, you're like, okay, forget about it. And so that is why I have a lot of uncompleted projects. I'm like super excited to start something, but it takes a while to like get it done. So for me to get it done, I need some form of accountability and I need some form of external motivation. And something that has really helped me is staying accountable to somebody other than myself. It could be my friend. So, one of my personal goals this year was to work out more, go to the gym twice a week. And my friend has been my workout buddy, and that has helped me a lot because every Tuesday and Thursday it's like a schedule. We're gonna go, it's in the schedule, we're gonna go. And she'll text me like it's time to go, and I'll text her it's time to go. And so that routine really helps when you have an accountability buddy. Another thing that I talk about a lot during my live streams is that this year one of my goals was to focus on contributing to open source a lot more, and contributing to and building in public. I have a lot of stuff that I do by myself and at work, but it's all kind of private stuff. So my public GitHub shows like empty squares. It's basically empty. So this year one of my goals is also to build in public and have contributions on my GitHub as well, and contribute to a big open source repo. So there is something that I'm working on right now, but I have committed myself to it because I have publicly shared that with another person that I will be delivering it within a month. And just by setting that deadline, it helps me to like get into that accountability mindset, into that deadline mindset, and have somebody like kind of like danda leke khade hai mere upar, like somebody standing by me and telling me like you gotta do this or else. So I need that or else. This is why like I used to always study last minute at school as well during an examination, and when you give me like infinite amount of time, I cannot get anything done. So that was a really long question, a really long answer, but those are the tools and strategies I use to stay productive. Hey Francisco, congrats on the 3K subs. Thank you. Have you touched on your predictions for the tech market for this year? Oh, spicy question. Also, after this, I'm also going to request people to put the questions in Q&A chat, please, so that I don't miss between this chat, this terminal and that terminal, because there's a lot of tabs going on here. So please put your questions in the Q&A. I will be right back because I need to go and silent my alarm. Meanwhile, you can sit and enjoy this beautiful view. Okay. There is one bullying that is coffee, coffee bullying chai. Coffee to chai, bro. People drink me to wake up. They drink you to gossip. uh, there is some truth to that. First timer, Francisco. So nice to see you. Oh yes, the question about tech market predictions. I think I'll answer it in just 2 points. One, AI is going to become a lot more mainstream, so keep your eyes peeled for AI and AI developments. Lots happening there, and the tech market, the tech landscape is going to look a lot different by the end of this year. So stay updated with that. I myself have taken on this project as well to stay updated. I think like working in corporate, it's a lot easier to kind of like get pigeonholed into something and then just forget about everything else. So I started a not started, but I resumed my newsletter, which I should share that as well. And I am basically sharing that. Like, I'm basically sharing everything that you may have missed in the last week or 2 weeks. So it's kind of like a tech newsletter. So if you want that, this is the link bit.ly/Shruti newsletter. Also, just a heads up that anybody who's signing up for the free React book, you will automatically get these newsletters as well. One shairi on this 3K celebration. Yes, of course. Arz kijiye. But the second thing that I wanted to talk about is front end framework and front end landscape. Last year, we saw a lot of frameworks come closer together and learn from each other. And so I think the line between why one framework is good versus another is starting to get, I wouldn't say blurred, but it's like the frameworks are coming closer together as a community. They're learning from each other. The good things of one framework goes to another framework. So I would actually uh, keep an open mind towards other frameworks outside of React as well, and not get um, too stuck on one framework. Arz kiya hai 3K strong, and that is just the start. Your hard work and passion set you apart. Bigger milestones are waiting ahead. Keep inspiring, keep moving ahead. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. I hope that wasn't ChatGPT driven, but that was amazing. Even if it was ChatGPT driven, that was still pretty good. Could you build a video covering networking, resume building, and cover letter? Yes, that is actually in the cover in the book, free React book. So go ahead and find that. Coming from a tier 3 college, I feel I lack those skills. But if you feel like there is something that you did not find it in the book, let me know and I'll make a video on specifically that. I talk about like LinkedIn, networking on LinkedIn as well. Um, and then I did a podcast with Cassidy recently. It came out like yesterday, where she talked about networking and how to pour into a relationship before trying to like get out of it, adding value before you withdraw from the bank. So go ahead and watch that. Well, yes, it was ChatGPT, but of course I told GPT to say this. Exactly. I will accept it. I love it. Thank you very much, Anas. Hey, Namir. I just said, hey, Shruti. How are you? My question is that I find it really difficult to find time for self learning as I have a 6-day work week. Any suggestions? Oh, damn. Again, gonna go back to the fact that I messaged about or talked about the newsletter. I just pinned that. Um, this year I'm doing this newsletter series where I'm going to be talking about this week. Here are the top learnings, and then I'll give you like 5 things that you may have missed in the last week if you did not keep up with tech news. And I'm going to do the heavy lifting of providing those news for you. So all you have to do is read that newsletter. So hopefully that helps, Namir. How important is networking in getting opportunities, and how can developers build? Oh, hold on. Let me actually look at the Q&As. How was your journey as a software engineer? Okay, I think I'm missing some questions. Let me open YouTube. How was your journey as a software engineer? Um, should every software engineer start a YouTube channel, or is there any if but any do's don'ts? Start a YouTube channel, start blogging. Definitely start doing that. Why I like YouTube channels and blogging I think blogging has a little bit lower lift than starting a YouTube channel because you don't have to record yourself, you don't have to put any editing editing of the video time in it. So blogging has a lot lower friction. The friction for starting a blog is a lot lower than starting a YouTube channel, but absolutely go for it. Start a YouTube channel, start a blog, put yourself out there, contribute to open source, get your name out there, start a Twitter account if you don't have a Twitter. Twitter and Blue Sky, both of them, people are kind of confused which one to use, but I would say post on both. I post on both of them. Make your brand and be loud about it. How was your college life? Um, so my college life was really interesting. I did my grade 12 in India, and then I was about to. I knew that I was going to move to Canada after that year. I did my grade 12, and then I was supposed to go to a college. And I applied, like, I gave the IIT engineering exam and I gave the AIEEE engineering exam, which, for those of you who are not from India, these are entrance examinations you have to give if you want to enter like really good colleges in India. My AIEEE rank was okay, but my IEEE rank was really bad, so I didn't get into an IIT college. So I got into a college in New Delhi, and it was in IP University. So I did 2 semesters there. But in my second semester, I knew that I would be leaving. So basically, in my first semester, I was still like focused on studies and trying to get good marks. But in second semester, I knew I was going to be leaving, so I was like, I don't give a damn about this. I'm just going to go bunk my classes and have fun. And I had so much fun. That was my first year actually living in Delhi as an adult. And I had made really good friends at that point, and we would just like bunk our classes and go hang out and like watch movies. And I had so much good food during that one semester. I was also part of the dramatics club. Heck, I was the director of dramatics club, and I had a lot of fun, like preparing for plays and doing a play and performing. So in my college in India, the 2 semesters that I spent, actually not even two, it was more like 1.5. I had a lot of fun. Honestly, the most fun that I've ever had. Then when I moved to Canada, oh my god, life is like totally different in Canada. Um, I moved to Canada in March, and then the college here doesn't start until September. So I had that like time in between March and September, and we were new immigrants, so we had like no money. So I started working like these odd jobs. I worked as a waitress. I worked as a like a maid. Um, Not exactly like a cleaning lady, but a maid who would go to people's house and like help them chop vegetables and help them kind of clean up after them and do dishes and things like that. So like kitchen maid, I guess, kitchen help lady. Um, and I worked at Bed Bath and Beyond. For anybody who's in the US or Canada, they probably know the store, which is a bedding store. And I like assembled furniture in there, which actually I had a lot of fun doing. uh, oh, this one time I was assembling a furniture. I think I was assembling like a bookcase, and they gave me a drill to use, and I had never used a drill at that time. I don't know why they gave me a drill. They should have asked me if I knew how to use a drill. And at that time, I had never used a drill. I was only 17. Came from India, did not know how to use a drill. I knew how to use a screwdriver. They didn't give me a screwdriver, they gave me a drill. And so, like, I drilled something, and then I caused a hole in that thing. And they got so pissed at me. They were like, "You're not allowed to be drilling any more furniture." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Never done this before. Nobody showed me how to do it." They got so pissed at me. But then I got laid off from that job after 15 days because they were like, "You suck. You don't know how to assemble furniture." And I was like, first customer service job, I guess. But I also sold knives. I sold Cutco knives, um, which are these like really expensive setup knives, and it's kind of like a pyramid scheme. You sell knives to somebody, and then not exactly a pyramid scheme, but kind of a pyramid scheme. You sell knives to somebody, and then you go to like when I say somebody, it's like your friends in your network. So, and then that's the only way you get paid. So it's bizarre. Oh, and then before I was supposed to start college, I actually had all of my education paid by through student loans. So while I was studying, I was also working in the chemistry lab at campus, so I could pay off for like my tuition and my food and just my expenses. So I think my schedules were like super packed, so I didn't have any time to have fun. Um, I had no time to have fun, and so I would go to school in the morning. Hold on, my dog wants to go inside now. So my dog, so in the morning I would go to school, and like typically my classes would be like at 3 p.m. So I would try to schedule my classes so that in the morning I do a class at like 8 a.m. and then I'm at the campus, and then I do my job, which was typically for like 4 hours, and then I would go to my classes after that, and then I would go home and then do my homework there, which was actually 2.5 hours one way drive, one way commute. So basically, it would take me like 5 hours back and forth to go to school, which was crazy. And I didn't have money to afford housing on campus, so I used to live with my parents, which who lived like 2.5 hours away. Um, so yeah, but in my third year, after I had established a little bit of I had saved a little bit of money, and after I had gotten some good internships and saved money from them, in my third year of college is when I started having fun, started eating outside, explored like the town as well, explored what it means to be a youth in a college, and so like would have fun with my friends over the weekend. And my parents would hate me because I would be out every single weekend, and they'd be like, "What do you think? This is a hotel?" And I'd be like, I'm not going to be 20 again, so let me enjoy my life. But yeah, that went dark. Next question. Um, what does the chat say? Now I'm making millions. I'm not making millions, but I wish I was making millions. How crazy life is. Amazing journey. Thank you. Love from Pakistan. Oh, thank you, Zishan. Zishan. Your journey is a testament to hard work and perseverance. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I would not lie that uh, hard work has never been a problem for me, but just persevering has been a big problem because I always, like I said, ADHD, always go through my like ups and downs, and so just like going through that motion when it is really really low has been really really hard. I would not lie, and some days I've questioned a lot. Some things that I don't share a lot is that in my second year of college, I almost thought of quitting my college, and this is at Canada. In Canada, I was my second year of engineering degree, and I think I was like halfway through the engineering degree, and I was like, I cannot do this anymore. This is so hard. And that was a really tough semester. Like, we had 18 credits, which basically means that it was a semester and a half worth of credits within one semester. And it was crazy amount of work that we had to do. So I almost quit at that time, and I clearly remember like sitting there in my room and just being like, oh my god, I have failed my parents. They moved to Canada for me, and I can't even like submit one assignment. I cannot even get passing marks for this assignment, and I am not able to understand anything. And like I made my parents move to this country for me, and now I'm sitting here like thinking about leaving college and throwing everything away. Oh my god, I feel like I've come a full circle. I'm feeling like that again. Um, but yeah, I think persevering has been really hard, and um, like when people say that they're about to give up, I can relate to that a lot because I have felt like that multiple times. And at in that moment, in that month, the one thing that kept me going was I said to myself, I'm going to submit this assignment, and tomorrow I'm going to book time with my professor to understand this topic which I'm not understanding, and I'm going to submit just this assignment, and I'm going to get through this semester. Once I'm done with this semester, I'll take the decision after that. And just like telling myself that let's just give it one final shot and let's do everything I can in my strength and capability to do that and finish this assignment. Help me go from like that assignment, go to the next office hour with my professor, and then do better in that assignment. It was a little bit of encouragement that I didn't fail in that assignment and I got better grades. I understood the topic, and then I started going to my to the office hours a lot more, started understanding a lot more, started dedicating time on campus to study. So after my classes and after my job and everything, I would go to my library and I would sit there for like 2-3 hours. Again, same thing, Pomodoro technique, study for 45 minutes, take a 15-minute break. I would do that even back in college, and try to get like a little bit done every single day. And when I had a doubt, I would write it down and then I would ask my professor. So just like doing one assignment at a time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish this semester. Once I finished that semester, actually I got like towards the end, I got like pretty decent grades. Like towards the end, my in my assignments, I was getting like 80 plus marks, and this is somebody who was getting like a D in their assignments. So I went from D to like B plus, and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. Like, if I believe in myself, I can do it. And then I finished that semester. I was like, okay, let's do another semester. And then third year's first semester was a lot better, a lot easier. I think I also understood the tools that I have available towards me and for me, and also understood that I don't have to do all of this by myself. There is help available. Um, so that helped a lot. How does the education system? Oh, hold on. Let me see the other questions if there's any. The dramatic club experience is helping now on YouTube. Yeah. To be honest, that wasn't even my first dramatic club. Um, Funny story. My first dramatic club experience with was in grade 5 in school back in India with my current husband. So I've known my husband since we were kids, and we took this drama class together. So yeah, it's my passion to be dramatic. For growing your channel, I have a suggestion for you. Bring one full e-commerce project with context API, because even not a single video available at YouTube with full details. Your project. Oh, okay. Sounds good. I will take that. Let me take a screenshot of that so I won't forget it. Meanwhile, what is the question saying? What is the difference between a mid-level engineer versus a senior engineer in the age of AI? Ooh, that is a great question. I think right now, and this is just right now, this could change from 6 months from now. Right now, AI has not penetrated in promo cycles so much that there would be a change between pre-AI world, like pre-2023 when ChatGPT was introduced, to now, as of now. But that could change very easily, and that is changing as well as more and more companies start adopting AI cursor in their promo cycle. In their development. But something that differentiates a mid-level engineer to a senior engineer is the not just how much code is shipped, but how maintainable the code is, how many people you have led as a senior engineer, how many projects you have led, how you have taken a project from the idea phase to the deployment phase, and how you have brought the team together, how you have communicated everybody, and how you have rallied people together, how you have taken initiative to learn new things but also make the place better and make the code base better. So a mid-level engineer, I would describe it as somebody who gets stuff done, whereas a senior engineer, a staff engineer, is somebody who finds stuff to do and gets people to do the stuff with them. So a senior engineer is more than just somebody who implements, but they're also leaders. Will projects cover the non-tech background? If yes, then which projects would you add to your resume? Non-tech background. I have not added in non-tech projects to my resume. Um, but I did add non-tech projects to my resume when I was new to the industry. So I think as of now, I guess I would just say that I have enough projects, enough tech projects that I don't need to add non-tech projects. But when I was new to the industry, I did add projects that showed leadership skills, that which is something that is important in coding as well. So the soft skills part is important. I also showed projects that where I took initiative or something that was out of the norm. So, like extracurricular stuff, helping the community or building a community, which is also important. And you can also show projects where you have taken something and made it better, which is also similar to like work as well. So, focusing on the soft skills and the transferable skills that you can learn from that project can help you add a non tech project to your resume as well. Any tips for freshers to become successful as software engineers? I think I answered this question, but in case I didn't, build more stuff. That's it. Keep building. Could you make a video covering networking? I think I already answered that. I find it really difficult to find time for learning. Okay, answered that as well. All right, moving over to chat. Start a SaaS application and scale it to 3K per month, growing it organically. Hey, if somebody knows how to sell a SaaS application, please let me know, because I want to sell my SaaS application. Videos on AI agents and build some AI agents. Heck yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do in season 3. I love that you said that, Jay Shah. Season 3 is about building AI agents with Convex. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be so fun. Season 3 starts in March, by the way. So, just a quick update. Today is the last day of season 2 of live streaming, which means today actually I'm going to take the day off. You know what? We deserve it. Today we're taking the day off. I'm taking the day off. Which means that starting March, Monday, March, what is it? 3rd, I think. Monday, March 3rd, whatever it may be, we're going to start building the third season of this web app. In the first season, we built AI functionality. We added OpenAI, we added embeddings, we added vector search. In the second season, which is this season, we added React functionality, we added handstack router, we added Zustan, we added state management. We talked about the architecture of the app and how data is going to flow. We added caching, we added routing. So that was this season 2. Season 3, we're going to build AI agents, and we're going to use the app that we currently built to convert it into an accessible app. And that is going to be my conference talk for Epic Web, which is happening on March 26th. So you're going to see it live. You're going to see it live with me as I'm building it. And we're going to build an AI agent as well. And once I've built the AI agent, I'm going to make a video of it. But if there's any specific questions that bothers you about AI agents, let me know, and I'll incorporate that. How does education system in Canada different from that in India? Just making sure I didn't miss any other message. Okay. I'm suggesting how is education in India different from Canada? So I have the 1 year of college that I shared between the two countries to share as an example, and that is kind of where I base this on. I have not done high school in Canada, so cannot talk about it. But the 1 year that I did in Canada, the 4 years that I did in Canada and the 1 year that I did in India, the experience in Canada was a lot more practical. So in India, for example, we were taught like the same code was taught in more of a theoretical form, but in Canada it was more like, okay, a plus b equals 2 and this is the function to do it. Now build a function that does this and this and this. So it was a lot more focus on practical approach, on more on applied science than on the theory science, whereas in India it was a lot more theoretical. And not just in code, but not just in code, but also in other parts of education as well. So there was an electrical course that I did in India, and I did the same course in Canada as well. And in India, we did like circuit diagrams, and we drew all that, and like there was a lot more like theoretical knowledge, but when it came to practical, it was very limited. But in Canada, I actually built like a freaking robot myself from sheet metal. Like they threw us in the shop, in the workshop, and they were like, here's some sheet metal, go build a robot. And so we had to like figure out all of those circuit diagrams ourselves. So it's teaching with the same concept, but it's a lot more practical and it's a lot more fun that way because you're building something tangible. I still remember to this day, that has been one of my most favorite projects that I've ever built with my own hand. I mean, I was with three other people as well, so you're learning teamwork as well. But just the fact that you build something tangible from like nothing, oh, it's so amazing. And I built like the whole circuit. I'm saying I, but it was a team. We built the whole circuit. Oh, we built operating systems. Um, what else? So there was a lot more like practical stuff. So they'll teach you the knowledge, they'll teach you the theory, but then your assignments are actually practical stuff, which was really cool, and I really liked that. And I think that made it a lot more harder as well because there was a lot less like copy pasting from people. Like it was a lot less harder to cheat from people. You can't just like copy notes and just be like, okay, done with the assignment. You actually have to like build it. um, but I think that made it a lot more fun as well. Sometimes it was really overwhelming because it took a long time to finish a project, finish an assignment. But I think that was kind of that. I think one thing that really taught me, something that I really learned in university in Canada is it taught me to be resourceful. So, like I said, like in my second year, I almost like quit, but just knowing that I have resources available for help um, taught me that I can do that outside of work, and I've used that skills outside of college as well, even at work. So now, even now when I feel stuck, I know that I can reach out for help, so I don't have to do it by myself. So something that college here in Canada taught me was to be more resourceful and to believe in my abilities and know that I may not know something right now, but I will figure it out, and I believe in myself to figure it out. And I think that was a big learning that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Confidence in my abilities. Okay, I'm gonna take uh, two more questions, and then we're gonna call it um, at 12 o'clock, noon my time. So we have 15, 20-ish minutes. Um, I can see the emotion in your eyes. Wait, where did that go? Uh, Truly shows how much this journey means to you, from challenges to success. Yeah. I mean, I think that was a really hard time to go through. And a lot of people did, not a lot, but some students did quit during that time. And I look back and I can now understand what they were going through. Um, and I think that is why I relate a lot to people who feel like they're not good enough, because I feel like that feeling of feeling like a failure and that you have failed your parents is such a like deep, hurtful feeling to feel, especially as an immigrant, new immigrant in a new country. First, second, or like second year of, not even second year, like just the first year of being in a new country. मैं नहीं सोया था. Welcome back, Uday. I'm studying aptitude currently. Nice. Contributing to open source feels really hard. Um, which project are you working on, Akash? I'm from India and now thinking to crack job from outside India. So can you please suggest any roadmap? See, the thing is, like, I actually never worked in India and I never applied for a job from India. So I don't really have much to offer there. But what I've seen my friends do is, and the way they have been able to come to the US and Canada is by getting a transfer from their company So I know friends who have worked at MNCs and they usually have offices here. So that is a lot easier to do. So that is the route that I would recommend. That is the route that I have seen the most. Another thing that people usually also do is they come for studies in the US and Canada, and then get a job that way. So, like masters or undergrad or PhD. Can you please provide good notes for revisiting React topics? Oh, did you check out the book, Uday? The free React book? I've got notes in there. Being a full stack developer and one with heavy or with one side heavier, being a specialist in either front end or back end. Basically, your take POV on generalist versus specialist in the AI era. That is me. You're describing me, Shashank. I am basically a full stack developer, but with a much heavier focus on front end. I call myself a front end engineer, a specialist in front end, an expert in front end, even. But my backend skills are pretty limited. I mean, I can deploy an application, I can build an application. It's probably not gonna be the best, but hey, we can learn, right? And that is what I was telling you about, like being resourceful and knowing that you can get hard things done and you can do it. You just need to spend some time learning it. You can do it. Generalist versus specialist. So I'm actually on the generalist side as well. Um, I think like when you talk about the T graph, I'm more on the top. I like to be a generalist, but I guess I'm a specialist now in React. So I would say don't worry too much about it. Just go for what you'd like to do and enjoy doing. Just keep doing more and more of what you'd like to do. If you like to like expand your horizon to the entire stack, do it. But if you like to like go really deep in one, do it. There's job for both of them. Um, yeah, there's job for both of them, specialist as well and generalist as well, even in the AI era. Just know that regardless of where you go, just know your stuff really well. Hey Vishal, which books are your favorite tech books to learn and grow? Ooh, one of my favorite books, tech books, is so one of my favorite JavaScript books is Eloquent JavaScript by, I don't remember the name of the author, but the publication is No Starch Press. I will share the book with you. Eloquent JavaScript. I'm going to find an Amazon link for this. Oh yeah, Marin Haverbeck. I actually don't know how to say his name, or it's a girl. I don't know. Okay, here is an Amazon link. By the way, this is an affiliate link and it doesn't cost you anything, but it gives me a little kickback if you buy from this link. This is an Amazon link for Eloquent. Oh crap. Eloquent JavaScript. I should also write that. Eloquent JavaScript. This is my favorite book. I always have it in my bookcase. Then I also like Pragmatic Programmer. I think you all may have heard of it. Great book. Pragmatic Programmer. Hold on, let me give you a link for this. Copy link. Pragmatic Programmer. Okay. What else? This is not a tech book, but this is something that I really like, which is Big Magic. And I really like it because it is, I feel like it hits very close to somebody who likes creating content, who likes painting, who's very creative. So if you are somebody like that who's very creative, I think this will hit home. Big Magic. Anytime I feel in a rut, I go and read this book, Big Magic. Okay, I was about to sleep an hour ago, but after seeing the live celebration, I joined in. Yeah, I'm so glad you came in, Anas. Good night, feel better. Shruti is a front and sub with a touch of back and pleb. You connect really well with chat. No wonder why you're a great speaker. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. All right. Any final questions? Um, I also wanted to offer resume advice, and we have 11 minutes. If anybody wants to have their resume reviewed, if anybody's feeling daring to get their resume reviewed, you can send it to me in Discord, and the link for Discord is here. And mind you, my work experience, Context API real world project. I'll create a project on Context API, and specifically I'll talk about theme switching and user context. I actually have like all of the code written for this as well. I just need to sit and film it. And I think now that I have this like makeup face on, I might as well go and film it today. Uh, Context API real world project. Yeah, so if you want to send your resume, go ahead and send that to me on Discord. And just remember that my work experience has all been the US, so my answers are just going to be biased towards the US audience, uh, US and Canada. But once again, if you have not seen the link down here, bit.ly/free React book, that is the free interview React guide that I put together for you. It includes 5 of the most common interview questions that I have been asked in my 10 years of working and giving interviews as a React engineer. So I put those questions for you, but also there are other interview resources in there, how to even apply for jobs and how to look for jobs in there. So go ahead and get that ebook. It's completely free. Not exactly resume review. Is it really bad? But it is really bad, but good projects. Not exactly resume reviews. It is really bad, but good projects. When I Are you saying there are projects you want me to review? Or are you asking what are some good projects to build? Before I leave, I want to know from everybody, where are you joining me from? What country are you in? And I will answer where I am in. I'm in beautiful Seattle in the US. Look how beautiful this day is. This day is only for you. This is not a normal day here. India, India, yay, people from India. Thank you for staying up with me so late. Oh, I'm not confident to review my resume, but India is more beautiful. Love from Pakistan. Yay, Zishan, thank you. India. But if you say I recently published one blog on Hashnode, can I send that all the way? Yeah, go ahead, Honest, send it over. Send it in Discord. How many years of experience do you have? I am actually in my, what year is it? 2015, 11th year now. 11th year. I have worked as a software engineer for 11 years. Actually, I worked as a software engineer for longer than that. It's just that I have graduated 11 years now. So I was working as a software engineer at internships as well, and I had my own startup when I was in college. So my experience is probably like 15, 16 years at this time. I started with WordPress and Drupal sites, did a lot of PHP stuff. Then I worked at a very small company, still working at my college. Like I said, I had to earn money, so I had to like get money. Like I had to pay for my own tuition, so I had to get money somehow, right? So I realized very quickly that this is what I like, and I want to earn money for it. So I have been working as a software engineer as a software engineer since my second year of university, which, holy shit, 15 years now. Ugh. Discord link. Here is the Discord. Shruti Discord. Oh, also, if you want to book time with me, here is the. Just put it in general chat, Akash. Or if you want to send it to me as a DM, that works too. But just put it in the general chat if you don't mind. This is a safe chat, so don't worry. Nobody's gonna bully you for anything. Nobody can say anything. This is a safe space. Okay, meanwhile, here's a poll. For all of you who are here, there is a poll for you, which is to decide the timing for next season's live stream. What time works for you for season 3 of 30-day live streaming with me? Here's 3 options. 9:30 p.m. PST. Okay. Are you able to take out half an hour someday to our team? I'm working as a front-end tech lead in US-based startup located in Hyderabad, so they can learn something from you. Yeah, sure, why not? Send me a DM and let's make it happen. Octoator. I don't know how to say your username, but hey, so good to see you. Glad to see you here again. Wow, also, I want to take a minute to thank all of you guys who have helped me get to 3,000 subscribers. In the beginning of February, I think it was February 6th, I was almost at like 2,100 subscribers, and I was like, let's set like a silly goal for myself. Let's set like a goal that is gonna be that is gonna push me to make more content. And I was like, okay, 3,000 subscribers. If we do 3,000 subscribers, then we'll do a live stream. We'll celebrate again, just like how we celebrated 2,000 subscribers. And I just set out this goal, and I had no idea that I would be able to complete it. And it's because of you guys that we are here and celebrating this 3,000 sub celebration. So thank you so much for being a part of this community, but also sharing this with your friends and family and having them subscribe and sharing it with your network and helping us grow. We would not have been here without you. Thank you. Link on Discord. Okay. Bollywood JavaScript array methods. Okay, I love it. Let me share my screen. Shruti, I'm begging you, can you drop a hint where AI all just should find any information of what is debugging and compilation, and how does it work at all? Yeah, I'll find a link and I'll put it in Discord. October. I'm gonna call you October. I think that's your name. Hey, In Shape, good to see you. October, I'm gonna put that link in our Discord and I'll put it in the general chat. So if you're not in the Discord, go ahead and hop in the Discord. I need a way to pin these methods. bit.ly/Shruti Discord. I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna find a good resource and I'm gonna send that. Okay. No problem. You got it. Okay, let's see. Um, Spell capture. Done. Okay, can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. Should be able to see my screen. Okay, you should be able to see my screen. Alright, let's go through this blog post. Bollywood and JavaScript, a blockbuster blog. I love it. Okay, opening scene. It is visible. Awesome. Okay, first thing I would say is there is a lot of bold text in this, so remove the bold text. And you likely don't have to introduce yourself since the user here is the user that lands here is here to learn this stuff, so get right into the meat. I'll explain 10 JavaScript array methods. Awesome. Similarly, JavaScript is whole powerful lineup of elements, whether it's numbers, strings, or objects. Imagine. I like the comparison that you've drawn between Bollywood movies having a strong line of blockbuster films with JavaScript arrays. That's awesome. For example, imagine we have an array of some famous Bollywood movies, and just like a director decides what happens in an array, who enters JavaScript and decides what happens to an element inside an array. But wait, this is just the trailer. Picture me back again one of those. I would also say, like, I think this is great, but also you may want to add translation to text as well for people who don't know Hindi. So grab your popcorn computer and get ready for block packed. Lights, camera, action. Code ID run. I love it. Opening scene, adding characters to the story, just like about movies. I don't know if you got it from ChatGPT, but it feels like very ChatGPT, like with these emojis and with all this bold things. So remove this, remove the bolds, remove the emojis, because it gives very ChatGPT feeling. Whenever I join my course starting, it's just like using which is adding new character to very start. Nice. You could also add like an animation as well, which would be really cool. मैंने बोला animation बुरा करने को उनको कॉलेज के अरे में ऐड करने का है. न्यू कैरेक्टर एट द वेरी स्टार्ट. नाइस. मैं करण अर्जुन, मेरे करण अर्जुन आएंगे. adding new elements at the end of array. One thing that I would do is like draw. You talked about this Bollywood movie, right? But how is it similar to Push? I don't quite get that. So maybe explaining it a bit, like when Karan and Arjun finally return, it's at the end of the movie, and so this is like Push, where you add elements at the end of the movie. So maybe like dialing into a little bit more, double clicking into it. God, I hate that language. Double clicking into it. Pigeonholed. Corporate lingo. Concat. Pathan plus Tiger equals Spy Universe. And Pathan and Tiger come together in movies, just like using concat combined to version. I like this. You could also use Om Shanti Om. Pre-interval drama. Some things are lost, just like there's a dramatic address. Someone disappears, something burns out, similar to JavaScript. Erase. Have methods to remove elements. That's seven of these. I feel like this is too much drama. So maybe you can move this drama in here. Control Uday. He moves him from the scene just like the shift. An array. I think here you could use something else, so it is removed from the first element. You could probably give a different example. Pop Zindagi Na Milgi Dobara. Moshi Moshi, I mean, Hrithik Roshan phones are thrown away. Pop is from the last one. Disconnect from the car. Again, I think this kind of doesn't translate to pop very much. So I would change these two examples. The search begins. Every moves a moment after the driver that he is on motion to the trip. Just have for nice. I like this. Let's explore these methods that help us search, track, and find what we need. Include 3 days exam result. Raju and Farhan anxiously checked, hoping to see their name. They kept searching, but their names weren't there. Only Rancho was the top, but that's exactly when Freezer checked for the specific existing array. I think this would be a good example of like contains. Actually, includes is the same. So, yeah. No, I think that's fine. No, I think this is fine. But you know what? Their names were there, right? Like Rancho and no, Raju and Farhan were both in the list. They were just at the bottom. So maybe it could be like sort example. So I think maybe I'll like change the examples a bit to make it a bit more relevant. Koi mil gaya. Start signals to space for there was no response, but when Jadu found the signal under on Earth, finds searches through the array and returns the first matching element. Nice. This is nice. We all cheered when Jadu found Rohit's signal, but deep down we knew their time together was and that goodbye still hurts. I know. Filter Lagan cricket selection. When Bhuvan had to pick the best person in the village from cricket skills. Picks only when elements meet a certain. Nice. I like that. Climax, twist, and transformation. Map Rab ne bana di jodi. Remember when Surinder Sani transformed the stylish Raj to win Tani's heart? He didn't change who he was, but his look, style, and confidence got a complete makeover. Nice, great example. Reduce Dhamal. When everyone was desperately running to find W for 10 crore, and in the end, they find it, but after all the chaos, they combine their money and donate in charity. Reduce stakes multiplies. Nice, that's really cool. The happy ending. Roll credits. Awesome. I love this. I think what I would do is I would move this at the top as well and do like a TLDR, and just like maybe add like a table and say this movie corresponds to this, da 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 da, like a table of this is this, this is this. So like Anshaf Munabhai MBBS or like this person in MBBS. So condense it at the top so that anybody who's reading your blog can have a TLDR version of the blog as well. Overall, I think pretty great. Loved it. Thank you for writing this. Alright, folks, we are at the end of our time. This was such a wonderful stream. We made chai. Wow, we got a lot done. We started at 10:30. It's almost 12:06. We made chai. We talked for an hour-ish or more. We also have this free ebook which you can still download even after the stream ends. bit.ly/free react book. It's scrolling right here. So if you're watching this offline or after this live stream ends, feel free to download it. And now we are reviewing a blog post. We got a lot done. But folks, thank you so much for joining me. This has been a 3,000 sub celebration. We reached this milestone together. I could not have done this without you, and I want you to know that I really appreciate each one of you tuning into my live streams, into my videos, reading the newsletters, being there and helping me out, help you. And whenever I put out a resource, you are super motivating. You're super open to my ideas and thoughts and videos, and I cannot tell you how much it means to me. So thank you so much for being there for me. Bye folks, I'll see you soon.